2 other officers. Next thing you know, there'll be more of us finishing up like that boyfriend of yours.
Wasn't called for, Joan. Just drop the subject, will you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... I didn't mean it to sound quite so harsh.
What would you know about it? All you're ever interested in is your own pathetic little power game.
I said I was sorry. Easy enough for them to pull the place apart. It's us that's got to put it back together again.
Yeah. Word is they didn't even find it.
I could have told you that before they even started. It's just Flynn's idea of throwing her weight around.
At least she's doing something, Lou.
Yeah, well, if you ask me, it's that Patterson bitch who's got it.
Hey? The freak sprung her doing me dorm over looking for it.
Who said she was looking for it? Might have been trying to find a place to stash it.
That'd be stupid, even for her.
Yeah, well, Flynn's getting us nowhere fast, isn't she? Some top dog, doing the screws work for him.
Quit moaning, will ya? Like I said, at least she's doing something.
You're turning into a real goody two-shoes, you are. Well, I'm not sucking up to her, no way. I got myself to look after.
No one's heavy on ya.
There's a gun on the loose, stupid. And who do you reckon's first in line?
I don't know. Things have quietened down since Nora took over.
There's people in here with long memories, Lurch. Not even your mate Flynn can do nothing about that.
Maybe she could give you protection or something.
I'm not sucking up her bum like the rest of you. You got her all to yourself. I wouldn't be surprised if she's got the gun herself. Perfect cover. Accusing everyone else of having it.
There are 2 reasons for this meeting. The first is to congratulate you all on the excellent work you've been doing. Not just you, but all the women. I hope you'll convey that to them, would you?
I'm sure they'll be pleased to hear it.
And the second thing is that after some months of delays, the department's finally approved an allocation of funds for general improvement of prison work areas.
Which areas?
They've left it to me. I thought you might have some preferences.
I got preferences, but I don't know about work areas. Recreational facilities. More like a one-way ticket to China for Miss Ferguson. Come on, let's get serious. We don't want to waste Mrs. Reynolds' time.
There's not much to spend, so I hope we can use it wisely.
Well, how much exactly?
About $5,000.
Well, I won't go very far. I mean, not with the cost of things today.
It's hard to know where to start. Half the work areas are living antiques.
Yeah. Eddie reckons the laundry press is exactly the same as when she first went inside.
Hey, that's it. A press.
I think a new laundry press is a good idea, but it'll probably take up the bulk of the funds.
No, not a laundry press. A printing press. Like we used to have way back.
And I thought there was no one home up there.
Not bad, Lurch. How's it sound to you?
Oh, fine, as long as it's what the women want. Though we'd have to take the cost of materials into account, ink and paper and that sort of thing. And, of course, there wouldn't be enough for a new machine.
It couldn't be worse than that rotten metho thing we had at Barners, could it?
Before we all get too excited, are you sure you don't want the money spent on upgrading the existing equipment?
Oh, if it's been going this long, it'll still be going next century.
It could do with an overhaul, but I think the press is an excellent idea. We could print our own newspaper. We'd have to have a trading section, of course.
Oh, of course it would.
Well, the feeling seems to be unanimous. Julie?
Oh, I think it's a great idea. Maybe we could drum up some outside business and help offset costs.
Possible? I don't see why not, as long as you could guarantee the quality.
Oh, no worries. I'd look after that myself.
We'll talk about that later.
And before we make a final decision, I'll have to find out whether a suitable machine's available. But at least we've got something to present to the department.
All those in favour?
My word.
No objections here, Mrs. Reynolds?
Good. I'll get an answer for you as soon as possible. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Reynolds.
Hey, told you I had brains. Day, I thought you'd be watching the races on the telly. What's this?
I'm going. I have to.
Had to say it in front of her, didn't you? A trading section. Can't you think of anyone but yourself just for once?
Before you two go sniping at each other, we still have some business to discuss. the gun?
I think we should tell Mrs. Reynolds. We've tried everything and we still haven't found it.
We told you she can't do any more than we can.
Be lagging anyway.
No, not technically it wouldn't. I mean, we don't know who's got it, do we?
Whatever you say, Professor. What worries me is that everyone's starting to panic now the word's out. I'm wondering if we shouldn't join forces with the Screws to find it.
Screws? Hey, what is this?
I'm not talking about anything permanent, just till we find the gun.
No bloody way. I'm going to tell the other girls what's going on in here. I don't reckon they'll...
Okay, we'll make it a compromise. We look for it ourselves for another 24 hours. If we draw a blank, then we tell Mrs. Reynolds to do something about it. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't you think you're taking this a bit far?
I can't stay. It's no good. You've got your job. I've got to put back the pieces.
With me helping you, it'll be...
No. I have to do it on my own. I'm not the old Dennis Cruikshank. I've got to find out who this person is. I'm not even sure whether I'm capable of a relationship.
Dear.
I'd hate myself knowing you tossed in everything because of me. Hey, when things start coming good, it could be a different story. Come on. Do you remember that photo? The one with us dancing together at a staff party? Okay, if I take it with me.
give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the rose is here